Today we are going to talk about variables. What is variables? Variables are containers for storing data values. I would like to show you example how to create variables in Python. It's quite simple. First of all, let me clear this Visual Studio Code, and then I would like to paste this one. So this is called variable because in Python variable is not so special. So you just assign x with 5 and then y with John double quote. So if you run this through the terminal, what you find the output is 5 and John. 5 is basically an integer and y is a string. Later on, we are going to learn what is string, what is integer, and other data types in Python. Variables do not need to be declared with any particular type and can even change type after they have been set. So I would like to make another example with this min. Here we assign x value with 4 where x is of type of integer, and the second one we assign Sally as a string and x is now of type of string. The question is, what is the output if we print x? I'm pretty sure you already know that it will output Sally because the last x will override the first x, because in Pythons everything will be executed line by line, so from top to bottom, from top to downward. So that's why the x which contains Sally strings will be the last output in your terminal. If you want to specify the data type of variables, this also can be done with casting. So example is, if x we put a string value, this is basically an integer, but due to we encapsulate it in string, so now it will be this output. So the y will be integer and z will be float of 3. So let's see the output for the mine.py. Sorry, we need to print it first. So we are going to print x, y, and z. As you see now, 3 is a string, y is integer 3, and z is float of 3. Even though we see that this does not look like a string, but actually it is a string. So how do we know that this is a string, this is an integer, and this is a float? So we can put type here is a built-in functions inside of Python to see the type of particular variable. So now if we print again, you see that the first one is a string, this one is a string, the second one is an integer, and the third one is float. So float will be dot zero or dot one and so on. So this is how we do casting in variable. The other way to declare variables, we also can do it by, okay, let me comment it first. We can do it like this. First, we give x as John strings. This is similar x equal to John. No matter what, the first x is has double quotes and the last one has the single quotes. Both of them are string. So if we print on the terminal, it's also will show John result. Print it first. If you put it on the terminal, it will print John. To remind you that variable is sensitive. So what I mean is, if you make a variable, if you assign an a variable with integer 4 and then you also assign an a with capital with Sally is a string, this is not similar, even though they are the same alphabet, but they are not similar because a with uppercase will not override the a. So we can check it by printing a and then we print a with capital, so we will see the output as for and Sally. So be careful when you declare something when you are dealing with a project and you want to make sure that your variable is case sensitive. So a with lowercase is not similar to a with uppercase.